Fox chassis came stock from Ford with stamped steel upper and lower control arms. Here you see I've upgraded these to tubular steel. The stock stamped steel have a tendency to twist. The bushings get old and tired, and the combination of those two under heavy power will cause that whole axle to shift back and forth or rotate slightly, which would cause the car to steer itself from the rear end. Years ago, I upgraded this Mustang with tubular steel, and you can see it's got the grease Zerk fittings. It's also got polyurethane bushings in it, and this locked the rear suspension down. I no longer had problems with the car trying to steer itself. It made an amazing difference in handling, and I didn't really have any major problems with a degradation of ride quality because of its polyurethane bushings. Stock steering on these Fox chassis came with a rack and pinion. On my SVO in 1985, it had a 15:1 ratio, but there were problems with the connection between the rack and the steering wheel. The next area that impacts steering confidence and accuracy is the steering shaft located between the firewall and the steering rack. You see I've replaced mine with a Flaming River rack that's in red and stainless steel. The stock unit is a rag joint. These things are sloppy. They're very plentiful in the aftermarket because they wear out easily. The last problematic area I want to talk to you about is behind the firewall, but I can't show it to you through video. I'd have to disassemble my steering column, and I'm not going to do that, but I will show that to you in photographs. The third and last area I want to talk about is this little clip, and this is called an anti-rattle clip. I was a little frustrated with some clicking noise when I was turning my steering wheel, and I narrowed it down to the collapsible steering shaft and these two anti-rattle clips that are in that cause it to have a tight connection between the telescoping portion, so there was no play. These had worn out not too long after I bought the vehicle. I was able to source these from Ford many years ago. Unfortunately, I've been looking for these online and I can't find them anywhere. You'll have to put in anti-rattle clips for Fox body Mustangs and do some searches, or even go to the Ford dealership. Maybe they still have some of these in stock. Anyway, I'm going to show you in the next few photos what the exploded view looks like. If you do have a little bit of that play, it hasn't been resolved in my first two areas, the steering shaft or the rear control arms, this might also be one of your problems. Here I show two exploded views that demonstrate the location of the anti-rattle clips. This isn't exactly accurate compared to my Mustang. The Mustang I've got had two anti-rattle clips. Maybe there's something missing in this picture. Anyway, you'll have to pull the steering column apart, and as I zoom in, you can see more detail. There's a bit of work that has to be done here. Likely you have to pull the steering wheel to get that shaft out, but that's not going to be covered in this video. In closing, this doesn't cover all areas that could cause you a problem with your steering accuracy. You could have problems with your shocks, you could have problems with bearings, your caster camber plates. There's a whole litany of issues, but these are some areas that I found that are unique, and I thought it would be interesting to share that. I hope you got some value out of this. If you have any questions, please comment below, or if you've experienced this yourself, I'd love to hear from you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe. I'll see you next time on Driving Intelligence.